Hi everyone, thanks for joining the channel. Thanks for subscribing, liking, and sharing. Um, I am Dale of Dale's Bonsai and Garden. Today's topic is exciting for a lot of people. I'm happy to share with you my top 5 recommendations for indoor bonsai. So I'm going to go over each of these, and at the end I'll tell you the number one recommendation for me of the 5 different types of trees I have here. I'm going to start off, however, with one of the highest recommended trees for people beginning in bonsai. I have about 6 of these Chinese elms. This one is pretty much a straight up tree, a little bit of movement, but not much. I've had this one inside since mid-November, sitting in my kitchen by the back patio glass door, so it gets a fair amount of light. It's got about a third of its leaves still on the tree. A third of them have turned yellow or orange or brown, and a third of them have fallen off. Chinese elms are deciduous trees, which means they're going to lose their leaves in the winter. So unless you have a couple of important things that the tree requires, it's going to lose its leaves. Number one, you need a cool place for it. Somewhere between 65 and 70 degrees, definitely no warmer than 70 degrees. So a nice cool space or room in your house that gets a lot of sun, a lot more than this. If I moved all of these plants out of the way and set them right here, they might get enough to stay fully green year round. But I don't even think this one westward facing window, which gets a large amount of afternoon sun, would be enough to keep these fully leafed throughout the winter. So Chinese elm is by far the easiest. It's forgiving. It's a fast grower. You know, these have some long branches that I definitely need to cut off in the next few weeks as spring is approaching, and I want to get some work done on these before they start growing and shooting out, because they grow very fast, which is nice about Chinese elms. So some of the criteria, let me go over what makes a bonsai. A bonsai should have small leaves. All of these trees that I have here are small leaves. Chinese elm has very small leaves as well. So Chinese elm. Next I have here is a dwarf black olive tree. This one has been inside since beginning of October, and you can see the leaves have stayed nice and green. Hasn't put out a ton of growth while it's been inside, but it's put out a little. It's got nice trunk color to it, and it's got the nubari spreading, the roots coming out in different directions here. As I said, you want nubari, which is the root structure, to spread out like your hand at the base of a tree. So dwarf black olive has done really well for me. I only have one of those. Definitely will get more of those. Another tree that I'm just really surprised, I've had this one for a number of years. Now it has been inside, as has the dwarf black olive. This is the Brazilian rainforest tree, and you can see it's just nice and green. It's been shooting out new growth since I first brought it into the house. It has done really well. It is in the kitchen as well. It gets a lot of sunlight there. And it likes a lot of water. So it's done really well. Another one that's actually one of my favorites, not the number one, but this tiger bark ficus. Look at the trunk of this. Just the gnarliness of it, if you will. And it just grows prolifically. You keep it well watered and it grows really well. I do have, and you can get cuttings from these very easily. This is one of the 6 cuttings that I have. that I took midsummer. Let me see. I'm trying to get to where you can see the best view of this. So I pinched the top of this about 3 weeks ago, and it's already shot out a branch from the side, and there's another one coming down here. So they grow really well, and they like a lot of water. So you can overwater them and they'll be just fine. So tiger bark ficus, and you can see this one, larger one I've had for 4 or 5 years now at least, is done really well. That one needs to go into a bonsai pot this year as well. This is a training pot that I have it in right now. Now my number one, my highest recommended plant for indoor bonsai, especially for beginners who say, I don't have a green thumb, I have a black thumb, I kill every plant that I have. This plant is the most forgiving of all of these. It is the Portulacaria afra, right here. If you look at this one, I have it in a training pot so that it can get thicker and grow a little bit more. I'm trying to thicken the base right here is what I'm trying to do with this one. These do not like water. If you give them too much water, you will definitely kill them. This one I've had in a pot for a while now. Look at the trunk on this one. Also the nubari shooting out from the roots, shooting out from all angles. I've taken a number of cuttings, as you can tell from this. Portulacaria afra, or dwarf jade. What makes it different than a regular jade? This is a regular jade leaf. And let me just pinch one of these off. Take you. So, can't even hold it, it's so small. So as you can tell, this is about 10 times larger than the dwarf. So bonsai, you want small leaves, and that's why the dwarf jade is preferred over the regular jade. You can bonsai regular jade, absolutely you can bonsai regular jade. I have one that has been in this pot for at least 2 years. And you can see it's got branches coming out here, one there. It's got some more coming out. They back bud so easily. But the leaves are a little larger than the Portulacaria. But I do like regular jade as bonsai as well. They're easy to take care of. Don't overwater them and you'll be just fine. So my top one, Portulacaria afra. I told everyone that I was doing a workshop. I did it a week ago this past Saturday. I had 5 people come. We discussed plants, and since a number of them feel like they have a black thumb versus a green thumb. So we decided ahead of time, everyone would do Portulacaria afra. And then, so the plants had been decided beforehand. I had a selection. They each picked a plant that they liked, and then we picked pots. And I have between 50 and 100 pots that people can choose from. I have plain traditional brown. I have green, I have blue, just about every color you can imagine, every shape, some round, some oblong, some octagonal. But I want to show you the Portulacaria afra. So back here, because that gets the most light, I have a cutting, the top of a tree that I took off, that's growing right here, and I've wired it in so it doesn't fall out. This is a cutting that I'll be putting in a bonsai pot this coming spring at some point. Not right away, but I will be potting it up. I want to make sure that has established itself really well so I don't put it into too much shock. They do root very easily though. You don't have to worry about that. You can take a cutting, stick it in the dirt, and it will grow. Just as jade will do the same. So they had a good time. They each picked out a plant. They each picked out a pot. We potted it up, and they all left here with care instructions. And I always recommend a spray bottle, so I have spray bottles for everyone that gets a plant through me. Misting your plants that you keep inside is critical. It just helps keep the leaves from drying out, and you have better control about how much water they get versus taking a small watering pitcher or a large watering pitcher And I'm gonna go ahead and add, let's see, to this one. So this one you can just pour a lot of water onto, as you can do with the rainforest, Brazilian rainforest tree. I would never use this on the Portulacaria afra. So use the spray bottle. You have much more control over the amount of water, especially for succulents. They do not like too much water. That will kill them so quickly. So we did film the workshop. However, we did not set up very well. We had this light sitting about right here, and the camera was over a little bit over that way. And once we watched the video, this was so distracting being here. Even though people were I have a 6-foot table that we sat at. There was plenty of space, but this being in the middle of the camera shot just did not look good. So we decided not to use that. So we're gonna be filming the next workshop, and we'll be putting together a video for that one. So we had 5 people. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. They enjoyed it. They all got their plants, and we will reconvene with them in 4 or 5 months to see how the plants are doing. But they have my contact information if they want to reach out to me and have any questions or concerns about the plants they took home. The one thing I do is I assist people with their plants once they leave here. So if you have yourself and a couple of friends, or just one friend even, who might be interested in doing a workshop, reach out to me. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, Dale's Bonsai and Garden, or you can leave a comment in the channel below and I will get back to you. Love to see people have plants in their house. They're the best things other than a pet. I would say they're the second best thing you can have in your apartment, condo, or your home is a plant. I just think they add so much to a home. So once again, number 1 plant that I recommend for new people doing bonsai is the Portulacaria afra dwarf jade. I want to thank everyone for watching. January 1st, we broke 100 subscribers. So please subscribe, like this video if you find it something you enjoy, and share it with your friends and family. The more people that join, the algorithm goes up and it's shared with more people. And that's what I want to do, is make sure that what I learn through my progress of growing and learning about plants and bonsai, things that work for me, I want to share with you on this channel. That's the purpose of this channel. I'm not an expert. I grew up with parents who gardened, and I took that from them, and I've been doing it since I've lived in this house 25 years now. Everyone loves to come and see the garden. I love being out there all the time. And then in 2020, I built a greenhouse, and in 2023, I built the greenhouse with 90% recycled, repurposed materials. It's my man cave, if you will, for lack of a better term. Spent a lot of time out there. And then I built that, and then in 2023, I decided I wanted to do more bonsai. And that's when I started collecting these trees and so many more outside. As you can tell, I love plants in general. It's overwhelming in here at the moment, but I love plants, so they are a source of energy for me and happiness. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Like, subscribe, share, and I thank you all so much for joining the channel. Hope everyone has a great day. Enjoy. Spring is around the corner. I know it doesn't feel like it necessarily, but spring is coming. Next week is supposed to get really cold here again. But once we get through the middle of February, my experience has been here in the DC area, is the weather starts breaking by the middle of February. So we only got a few more weeks to go, about a month, and we'll be halfway through. We are halfway through winter, as a matter of fact, right now. So keep that in mind. We're just shy of 2 months into winter, so we're halfway through it, everyone. We will get there. Thank you all so much. Have a great day.